Hey y'all, it's me, Alpha Review. So I'm gonna keep y'all update on Lil Durk case or whatever. As you all can know, he got a court date coming up. I think August the 20th or something. But anyways, I like listening to this guy, Flacco. He's good at like explaining like criminal stuff. Like whatever like you want to know about the celebrities or whatever, he's good at like explaining it better. So you can have an understanding what's going on, like that particular person's case or whatever. So I'm gonna let y'all listen to him, and he got some good stuff, man. He got some really, really, really good stuff. When it comes to talking about Duck's case, man, this man know everything about it. So yeah, so there you go.
A couple of chess moves right in front of our eyes that a lot of us missed. But Lil Durk and them didn't miss it, and they caught it. And they're moving rapidly to make sure the fans don't pull a fast one on them. But I'll be real, I don't think there's anything Lil Durk can do right now, bro. Lil Durk is absolutely 100% cooked. On top of the murder charges, Lil Durk is already fighting for the murder of Quando Rondo's cousin. Lil Durk's name has been linked to the murder of a Chicago man called Stephen Mack for a while now. But this week is the first time we're actually seeing a law enforcement agency making active moves to charge Lil Durk with this murder. They brought up the murder of Stephen Mack when Lil Durk was first indicted, but Lil Durk has a great relationship with the city of Chicago, more specifically the mayor. So Lil Durk reached out, his lawyers reached out to the city, and the city was able to issue a statement saying they have no intentions, no plans on charging Lil Durk with this murder. So the fans said, oh really? Why? Well, we believe the murder of Stephen Mack was committed in aid of racketeering, so that's federal. So we're gonna start doing our own investigation here. And what we're seeing is they're strategically setting up certain pieces to make sure Lil Durk, before trial starts, gets charged with this murder. But before we get there, let's talk about the Stephen Mack murder, how he was murdered.
Yeah, man. So like this case right now, like Lil Durk, caught a case. He killed a guy, a couple of years ago, and so as you can know, this dude has like connection all over the city, and so instead of the city of Chicago charging him, they put out a statement saying they're not gonna charge him. So, but now that the feds, he got a fed charges. So now the feds, they're going back to that case and doing their own investigation. So this dude, so Flacco is talking about it right now. So y'all go ahead and listen to him.
And why the feds is linking Lil Durk to this murder. Two individuals was waiting outside of a youth peace center, and as Stephen Mack exited the youth peace center, they hunted him down and shot and killed him. They literally hunted this man down, chased him the length of a football field in the snow. Now, obviously, I'm not gonna play this man gruesome murder because despite his life decisions, this is still somebody's son, somebody's brother, somebody's boyfriend, somebody's father. But this was as gruesome as it gets. And when one person is chasing Stephen Mack like in the snow down the field, another shooter is shooting at the youth peace center because people are poking their head out the door. Before we even touch on the exact moves the feds have made this week to make sure they're charging Lil Durk with this murder, if you're still confused as to why Lil Durk is even connected to this, how does two random dudes on camera killing this random dude, how does this tie back to Lil Durk? How do they know it ties back to Lil Durk? Well, let's slow it down for a second and let me bring in old Flacco so old Flacco can explain to you exactly why the feds are tying this to Lil Durk. The guy on your left is Anthony Montgomery. The guy on your right is Preston Powell. These two dudes were responsible for the death of the Smashville GD leader, Stephen Mack. What the feds would claim is after Lil Durk's brother D-Thing was murdered, Lil Durk became bloodthirsty. He put a bag on any and every GD in Chicago's head. He wanted them gone. According to an informant, at the time that Stephen Mack passed away, he was the respected leader of the Smashville GDs. So this was the perfect candidate to send a message to the city after Lil Durk's brother D-Thing got killed. This right here is the suspected killer of Lil Durk's brother D-Thing. Now you're probably asking yourself, Flacco, why don't Durk just get him? He's currently in jail for a double homicide, bro. All right, so even if Durk wanted to, he can't. Feds will claim that Lil Durk got Stephen Mack hit, not only because Stephen Mack was a GD, but Stephen Mack was also really close with the alleged killer. So CHS1 has reported that Lil Durk was and still is offering money for people to kill those responsible for his brother's murder, and more specifically, offering to pay money for any GD that is killed. CHS-1 has also indicated that D-Thing was killed by members of Dump Street. According to CHS-1, Dump Street is a GD faction on the south side of Chicago. According to CHS-1, Dump Street member Individual A was a close associate of Mac. According to law enforcement records, Individual A is currently in pre-trial custody for allegedly committing a double murder that took place at a country club Hills, Illinois. And yeah, that's the dude that we just showed you. Lil Durk hasn't been charged with the Stephen Mack murder, obviously, because they don't have enough to charge him. But what exactly do they have, and what's keeping them motivated to further this investigation to try to tie Lil Durk to this? So after Montgomery and Powell murdered Stephen Mack, Powell was not really connected to Durk. Montgomery was the one that had the OTF and Durk connection. So Powell trying to get paid, he trying to get his money. So Powell's texting Montgomery, bro, what's up with OTF? And Montgomery responded back, nothing, right? Because why are you texting me this, bro? All right, so then Powell said, what you mean, they not paid? Montgomery texted back, we waiting. He come up here on the 17th. Durk had a show on the 17th, and he also filmed a music video on the 17th. The 17th came. Powell texted, stand on that. Why you with Durk now? So he's saying, bruh, if we ain't get paid, why you with Durk now? All right? So then he texted him again. Did Durk gave you that money? Montgomery is a slimy dude, and he did Powell dirty, and we're going to break that down shortly. But texting about compensation for open murder ain't the dumbest thing these two dudes did, right? You know, I'm not sure if...
Yeah, that's dumb, man. Don't never text about some criminal activities, man. You know, first of all, don't never do no crime with a whole bunch of dudes. Somebody gonna snitch. Somebody gonna snitch you. Once they see the blue lights, people scared to go to jail, so they're gonna tell.
Durk employ these dudes directly, or if the bag was just up there and they went ahead and got it done themselves. But these two dudes are the dumbest criminals I've ever seen. Maybe not Powell. Montgomery is the dumbest. So Montgomery and Powell waited in the parking lot in their black Chrysler, waited for Stephen Mack to walk past him to go to his vehicle. Once his back is turned, they hopped out and killed him. So after they killed him, they have a vehicle parked, by the way, right? They hopped out the vehicle to do it. The vehicle is parked. These two dudes left the vehicle parked, panicked, and ran off after committing a murder. Not drive off, ran off on foot. Once they got a few blocks down the way, right, they got away. Montgomery realized he left his phone in the vehicle that they hopped out of to commit the murder. The vehicle that's on surveillance of y'all hopping out and committing a murder, and you left your phone in the vehicle.
It
gets dumb. Okay, so Montgomery thought that he was doing some type of 4D chess move, because 45 minutes after the murder, he called AT&T to report his phone stolen. Yeah, yeah, okay, buddy. All right. His phone was in the vehicle because it was stuck. Man, cut it out, bruh. You would think this was a Lil Durk indictment, because they brought a gang expert to testify that Lil Durk was confessing to the murder of Stephen Mack in the Aha song. Yo, bro, this Aha song got Lil Durk in a lot of trouble, bro. Because this Aha song was also mentioned in Quadrado's indictment. So it was say on or about February 22nd, 2022, Lil Durk released a song titled Aha after Stephen Mack was murdered. Now, the gang expert says that they believe the lyrics to this song can reasonably be interpreted to be references to Lil Durk having people killed. For example, in one portion of Aha, Lil Durk rapped, "We be sliding through they blocks, they don't know we have. Buddy, I got shot, and we ain't claim it, but I can show his eye." Now, based on a gang expert's training, he will say, based on my training and experience and knowledge of this investigation, I believe that these lyrics can reasonably be interpreted to be a reference to Mack's murder. After Mack was murdered, an unknown individual recorded YPC's, which was the youth center, surveillance video of the murder or what appears to have been a separate video recording device, possibly a cell phone, and they distributed the video to a lot of people, including Durk. Here's the filming of the music video. And you know who was in that music video? You know who Lil Durk put in the music video front row? He put Anthony Montgomery, the alleged killer of Stephen Mack. And you see Lil Durk circled in the middle and Montgomery is circled on your left. So you got lyrics that are expected or suspected to be about Stephen Mack, and then you have Stephen Mack killer in the video. This is self-snitching at levels I ain't never seen before, bro. You gotta relax. But the self-snitching don't stop here. No. You know they gotta make it easy for the feds, bro. Anthony Montgomery, the suspected killer of Stephen Mack, he posted to his Facebook story. He posted a huge amount of money. Now, he don't have a job, he don't have a business, so where did he get this huge amount of money from? Well, the feds have an idea, because when he posted a picture with a huge amount of money, he had a song playing and lyrics appearing on the screen. Now, when you make a Facebook story, you actually choose what part of the song you want to appear on your screen. Anthony Montgomery chose those specific lyrics. We be sliding through the block and they don't know we have. So the killer that was in the AHA video with Lil Durk, the lyric that the feds pointed out that they believe is related to Stephen Mack, the suspected killer went from being in the music video to going on social media, posting a picture of himself holding up a lot of cash with the Lil Durk AHA playing in the background and those specific lyrics appearing on the screen. Boy, y'all gotta stop making it as easy for them folks, bro. Whole time Preston Powwow is waiting to get paid. Anthony Montgomery got paid and he stopped answering Preston Powwow calls, man. Anthony Montgomery was arrested for a state case before he was arrested for this murder of Stephen Mack. Now, when he was arrested for the state case, the feds were already investigating him for this murder. So what happened was the feds put a confidential informant in his cell, and they got recordings of him confessing everything, labeling exactly how he murdered Stephen Mack, labeling who he did it for, giving the whole operation, how he picked up and picked out who he was going to do it with.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Everything on recorded. While in state prison,
y'all don't trust them jail cells,
they
man.
Were already
them jail cell mate, they be crazy.
So they put a confidential informant in the same cell as him, and he was wired up. He had a recording device, and he was recording all the conversations they was having with Montgomery, and Montgomery confessed everything they needed to know. Everything. The paperwork says, while in state custody, Montgomery Wilson discussed Stephen Mack's murder with his cellmate, who, unbeknownst to him, had agreed to assist the government by recording their conversation. As discussed below, during his recorded conversation with the confidential source, Montgomery Wilson detailed how him and Powwow murdered Stephen Mack to collect the cash bounty from a Chicago-based rapper, Individual A, which is Lil Durk. So he goes, I told on Mike, we pulled up, nigga, his homie calling his phone, his homie and blank, we pull up to the lot, they tell us, man, there's an armed security. I'm like, cool, on Mike. So they say on Mike, which is like, you know, like they merchant it, right? So it's like on God. So on God, I tell Marley Ninja, you ain't gotta do nothing. Keep a security guard off us. On my dead knees, you ain't gotta do ish. So he's telling a story like, yo, he's just a super killer, brother. He's telling, man, bro, I'm gonna do this all by myself, bro. I got it. Right? So he gave the dude, order, which is, yo, keep the security guard off us. So we pulled up on Mike. We waited there like 20 minutes. I'm on FaceTime video with Lil Fred and they, man, keep us on FaceTime. I want to hear the shots. I want to hear this ish. So whole time, yo, these dudes is treating a real body as if it's like a television series. Hey, yo, I want to hear the murder, bro. Bro, what type of killers are you?
Yeah.
I want to hear this ish. Ninja ain't even supposed to made it that far, Ninja. Only reason he made it that far, folks, I had that big ass gun. Bro, he talking about, bro, I'm usually a precise killer, bro. I usually bro, get them down immediately, bro. He was only able to run and make that far because the gun was too heavy, bro. I had to run and chase it, bro. I'm usually too short when bro, you're gonna die under that prison, bro. You not getting out of this.
What makes a daddy? Maybe it's just being the very best at what you do.
I had that big eye gun and I couldn't. I really don't want to be trying to shoot from no distance. I'm trying to really get on top of you, which he did. He got up close after Stephen Mack fell, got on top of him, and finished it off. So he explained that he had the 60 round in that bit, right? He let 3 shots out. When he first came out, Marley said to me, wait until he gets to his car. You're out tweaking. By the time he gets to his car, that's enough time to get a pipe. Scratch off anything. Well, that's what the CS says, yo, scratch off anything. So Montgomery says he wasn't going to let him get to his car. That as soon as he walked out, he says, man, as soon as he makes it halfway out in between our car and his car, bust door down, he already was on the car when he first came out. So he was on the car, meaning, but he already peeked the car and he was walking fast as hell trying to get to his car to grab pipe, just in case. So that's when Montgomery says, yo, he was on our car when he first came out the door. He looked, we behind 10. That's how the fans know that Lil Durk was involved in this beyond a shadow of a doubt. Durk put the bag up, they came collected, dude closer to Lil Durk, got the money, they didn't give nothing to the other dude. Other dude goes on a run for 2 years. This dude get picked up, Anthony Montgomery, for another case. He told the CS everything they needed to know about his involvement in the Stephen Mack murder. Now, Preston Powell was eventually caught after 2 years on the run. They're both currently in custody, but they both took a plea deal as of today. And this plea deal came, I think, a couple of days ago. But them pleading guilty was not good enough. They had to agree to certain stipulations, and the stipulations they agreed to, it was very strategic by the feds. They made them agree to this because these stipulations will make them charging Lil Durk with this murder a whole lot easier. And both Montgomery and Preston Powell are both cooperating with the government. The federal government has officially alerted Lil Durk and his defense counsel that they plan on using the murder of Stephen Mack against Lil Durk. So they said right here, the government informed defense counsel that it was considering filing a superseding indictment before trial that will make the Chicago murder of Stephen Mack and the attempted murder of AW, which is the case he called with King Von in Atlanta, which, by the way, those charges was dropped against Lil Durk because they say King Von did it. And King Von and THF Zoo, who both apparently were involved in that attempted murder incident, they're both dead. And they were the people that Atlanta PD is saying those were the two that committed those acts, and Lil Durk had nothing to do with it. So they go, yo, we plan on bringing up the SM and the attempted murder in Georgia as relevant and direct evidence at trial. That you are this mob boss, you are the head of this criminal enterprise, and you are the one responsible for the murder of Stephen Mack. And so they asked, okay, what relevant, like how are you guys gonna prove this? Like, how are you guys gonna bring this up? Like what new evidence do you guys have? Well, Preston Powell and Anthony Montgomery, they recently pled guilty in another district of Illinois to use of a firearm during and in relation to a crime of violence, murder for hire, for murdering SN, among other things. Defendant Powell admitted there was a cash bounty for Stephen Mack murder and that he participated in a conspiracy with Anthony Montgomery Wilson to murder Stephen Mack and collect the payment. Now, Preston Powell was the person texting Anthony Montgomery, hey, bruh, did Durk and them send you that money yet? Hey, yo, what's up with OTF, bro? OTF send you the money yet for Stephen Mack's murder, bro? Hey, bro, I need the money from OTF. He's now saying, yeah, I'll plead guilty. Yep, I killed Stephen Mack because OTF had a bounty out for Stephen Mack's murder. So now Preston Powell is cooperating with the police, with the feds. So now the feds got the murderer. He's claiming, oh yeah, Lil Durk and them put the bag up for Stephen Mack. And this is going to be the direct cause to the superseded indictment where they eventually charge Lil Durk for Stephen Mack's murder. Durk is cooked, you're fried, bruh. Now listen, okay? If Durk is innocent, I pray he beat it, man. If he guilty, well, you know the answer to that, bruh. Cook it. But y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think of this, man? Do y'all think that Lil Durk is guilty? Do y'all think Lil Durk really did this? Do Lil Durk still got a chance? Let me know, okay? If you're still watching this video and you want to watch another good video, click on this video right here somewhere on my screen, somewhere here, or...
Man, Lil Durk he's going down. This nigga going down. Damn, can't believe this dude, man. He just signed, like a $40 million, record label deal, man. Why? Why you gotta do that, bro? Stay off the street politics, man. Man, niggas don't lie, man.